Let's talk dog winter fashion, specifically this purple snow coat that I got for my dogs from Target. Now, I love this because it is warm, it is cozy, it's good in the weather, and it's going to keep your dog pretty safe and protected from snowballs covering their tummy as they are wearing this outside. So this has a fleece bottom, and it does go pretty much down the length of their chest and tummies. It does not interfere with them going to the bathroom, and it's got a good section where you can get their front legs through it. You do have to pull it over their head, so this is more like a sweater, less like a strap-on coat. It is a little more difficult to get it on and off, but it is not hard to get it on and off, but it is more so than just Velcroing some things on. There is no Velcro on this one. It is definitely a pull over their head and let them go with this. Now, I have found that these run a little bit small, so I actually got the size that I thought would be good for my English Springers, and it fit my Pomeranian instead. It did not fit my English Springer. So size up with this. Definitely size up with this. And it's got a little collar, so it protects their neck. And then we've got our lining on top. So this is definitely more of a crinkly type thing. It does have a space for you to clip through their harness or to their collar, and you are able to walk them with this on. It goes pretty long, so if you size up, it will be appropriate for most dogs. This goes all the way to the end of my Pomeranian's body, and it goes pretty long on my English Springer Spaniels as well. Again, sizing up from what they recommend. And then you are able to have this dual plushy line. So it's got the fleece on the inside and it's got the protective coating on the outside, and it's plushy. So you can see how this is the size of the fleece on the bottom, and this is how thick it is on top. There is actually stuff in between. So it's not just the fleece and the lining. There is actually a lining on the inside of this to keep your dog warmer. So this is going to be warmer than some of the other coats that I talk about here on the channel, which is kind of nice. And again, it protects from like picking up snowballs and all of those things. So when you take this off of your dog, they're going to be much cleaner coming back into your house. Not talking about their paws, of course, but their bodies are going to be a lot cleaner. So it's cozy, it's comfortable, I would wear this as a coat. Like, I keep putting my hand in it, but it's very comfortable, very cozy. It is kind of noisy. So as they're moving, you're gonna hear a little bit of the crunching, but you're also probably gonna hear the crunching from the snow as well. So it's not gonna get too much of a hindrance because it's gonna blend in with the rest of the snow crunching. But this is definitely a good one for keeping them warm, for keeping them maybe not necessarily dry, because if they're out playing in the snow, this is fleece. It's probably going to get a little bit on the wet side, but it is going to keep a lot of that from sticking to them. So when they come back in, they're going to dry off a lot faster. And again, you have that ability to walk them with this because it does have the space here. So if you want to put a harness on them, their necks are going to be here. You can get their collar through here, or you can get their harness through here, depending on how you are going to be dressing them up before you put them inside of their little snow coat. Now, it's not necessarily a snow coat. I call it a snow coat, but it works really well for them. And this is going to be a good one for when it is snowing out, for when they are going out to play for more than a few minutes, more than a potty break. This is going to be good for actually going out in the snow and actively playing for a while, where they are going to accumulate some of that snow on their fur. I very much like it. I think it's a very cute coat. I would buy it again, and I would recommend it to other people. It is, again, one of those that you're pulling on and off their head, so it's a little bit hard to get it on if your dog is fussy. To pull it off, I literally just grab a hold of the neck part right here, and I'll just pull it down their heads, and they'll duck their little heads down to get out of it, and they pretty much just step right out of it. So if you have a dog with mobility issues, you may not be able to just kind of pull it off, but for most dogs, you should be able to just grab on here on both sides, use two hands for this, and just start to pull it down. Your dog will naturally cooperate to get out of there, and they're going to, as you are pulling, step back out of that as well. So getting this off, very, very much easier than putting it on, but it is worth it to kind of put your dog in this. I put it through, I'll actually grab, I'll put my hand through the neckline here. I'll go in and grab their snout. And so I put my hands right over their nose, and I'll guide their head through it and pull it over their neck. And then I will reach in and pull out 1 foot at a time, so that it is easier for me to get it on. And then again, just grabbing and pulling off for your dogs at the end, unless you're dealing with some type of mobility issue or injury or something like that, where you're going to need to be a little more careful. If your dog does have some kind of injury, this might not be for you, because it does cover so much of your dog, and it does take a little maneuvering to get in and out. So you may want the Velcro kind if your dog has some kind of injury or limitation transportation. But other than that, these are going to be really great. You're sizing up with these, Read what it says, then size up. And you can get these in the store. You can get these through their app, all of the things. I recommend. I very much like this one. And we are going to be doing more reviews of other types of dog coats and sweaters and winter gear for your dog. So go ahead and drop that down below what you want to see next. Make sure you check out the other episodes that we already have out for you. And if you know of a brand that we should be trying out for you to get the review before you have to do it, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what we should be checking out, who we should be checking out, and who we should be working with to recommend the best things for you as a dog parent in our daily videos helping you navigate dog parent life. We'll see you in the incoming episodes.